My mom did a really good job of shielding me from stuff. She would tell me later on about like prison mail that I would get.
Prison mail?
You elaborate on prison mail?
Yeah, like dudes in jail talking about how they're such a big fan of me and like I'm, such a cute kid.
I never got any prison mail. Kind of jealous.
If you ever wish your dad couldn't tell a lie, you already know today's guest. He played Max Reede, the kid at the heart of Liar Liar, holding his own opposite Jim Carrey at the absolute peak of his powers in one of the biggest comedies of the 90s. He went on to play Dennis the Menace, spent years on General Hospital, and headlined his own TGIF sitcom before stepping out of the spotlight. We're thrilled to have him on the show. Please welcome Justin Cooper.
From our childhood to yours, welcome to the Not So Little Rascals.
What's up, Justin?
How's it going?
Thanks for joining us, dude.
Yeah, of course.
Welcome.
We're stoked
My
to have
pleasure.
you. It's awesome. So we like to start this out. We have a specific question we like to ask, and obviously you've been doing this long before you were a child actor, I should say, long before your first major credit. But we would love to hear about the call that changed your life.
Yeah.
Which I assume is Liar Liar.
Yeah.
And we'd love to hear about like how that felt. Like, what do you remember that moment? Have you heard the lore of that moment? Because you were so little.
I actually do remember that moment. My mom and I were in a Kinko's.
Kinko's.
Yeah,
You're making copies?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what she was doing. Maybe sending a fact or something. I don't know, but
Making copies.
Fax machine.
right.
It was a blast.
But I just remember being in line, and my mom was like, got the call. She was super stoked, and then it wasn't you for sure have it. It was Jim Carrey wants to meet with you to see if it's gonna.
That's scarier.
No pressure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because I guess allegedly, there'd been a previous child actor that he worked with, and it didn't mesh well, and so now since then he was like, I gotta meet with them beforehand and see if it,
See if you guys vibed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm sure that can never work again, too.
He did actually.
Oh,
You did?
really?
Okay, that's
Oh,
good. Yeah.
Okay.
I won't drop any names, but he did.
Okay.
Yeah, you get to.
That's
I gotta know. You can tell us later.
Yeah.
So you get told you're gonna go hang out with Jim Carrey basically to see if
Yeah.
he wants to do this movie with you.
Yep.
Like, do you remember how you felt? Like,
I mean, I was excited. At that point, I had really what I knew Jim Carrey from was The Mask.
sure.
That
okay.
was, my big Jim Carrey movie. My mom growing up was super, I wasn't allowed to see any rated R movies.
Yeah.
Even some PG-13 movies she would use, I don't remember what the website was back then, but it was a website that parents could go onto and see exactly what made the movie the rating that it was.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't allowed to see Ace Ventura because it was too raunchy.
Sure.
But I knew Jim Carrey and I was excited about it. And I was never person that was scared to meet and talk with people, so that was no big deal. Oh, not just The Mask, but also Batman Forever.
Oh yeah, the Riddler.
Yes.
And
was so
as
good.
a kid, you look at that Batman very different than the adults that watched it, how they looked at it. 'Cause I liked it.
Oh, you mean
I
back?
love it.
The,
yeah,
back
when you're a
then?
kid, it was awesome seeing the Riddler on stage.
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, it was awesome. But
Yeah.
when I watch it now, I still think it's awesome.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
that's-
you remember it how you did.
Yeah, I'm
Mr.
sure.
Freeze, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Was that the one with Mr. Freeze?
right?
Yeah.
Well, Arnold
It was,
Schwarzenegger.
it was Mr.
Yeah.
Freeze and the Riddler.
And what was cool is when I went to Jim Carrey's house to meet with him, I walk in and he had the Riddler costume in a frame on his wall.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I'm just like,
Oh, it's so rad.
yeah.
That's
Did he have
cool.
any other cool shit?
Well, so he comes out after a little while and we're talking and kind of just asking me questions and he's like, "Do you want to?" And I told him I was like, "I think that's awesome."
Yeah.
He's like, "You want to know something cool?" It's like, "I've got the Batmobile in my backyard," and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you want to go check it out?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, let's go." And we go in. He's got a pool house back there, and he's like, "It's in here." And we go in, and it's one of those Kmart Batmobile 25 cent,
Like the coin op?
Yeah.
Very Jim Carrey.
That's
Yeah.
like a joke
That's
you would
awesome.
love.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So the meeting went really well, and then what happened next? Did they say, okay, you got this movie, you're doing this movie?
Basically, and then after that we did photo shoots at a park to kind of do the, I guess, for them to have father son pictures, in the house,
Oh, sure,
kind
yeah.
of that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
and from From then on, it was just go.
At that time, did you have any recollection like, I'm going to be a fucking movie star? Like, do you like? Your mom knew.
I mean, like I knew Jim Carrey was a big name and she was super excited about it, but
Yeah.
I guess I didn't realize how big the movie was going to be.
Sure.
And, it was years later that I mean, personally, obviously I'm biased, but I don't think I'm being biased here. I think it's one of his better movies,
100%. I would say top 3.
Because it was one of the first ones where it wasn't just completely wacky. It was a
it
real
wasn't-
family story.
Yeah, there was some slapstick in there, but it was
the bathroom scene for sure.
yes.
Iconic.
But it was heartwarming, and it
is.
was something that you started to care about the characters. For a lot of other movies, you're like, I don't care about this idiot. He's just making me laugh. Like,
no, it's like a well-written movie, like a flawed character. With
Right.
this, like, it was a great movie.
It's probably why he also wanted to do it. Like at that time, it's a good time to do that kind of role for him to get away from just doing the Ace Venturas in a row and everything else.
right, and then after that, he did a lot more serious stuff.
Yeah. Was it what like I'm curious because when I was a kid and we were doing stuff like I never really thought of it as like, oh, I'm doing this huge movie. Like I just thought it was where I was supposed to be because my mom just brought me there most of the time because they're little,
Right.
Like, did you ever feel like you were working or like do you remember treating it like a job or was it kind of like I felt? And like I don't know how you felt about it, Jordan, but like I just felt like I just gotta go because my mom told me I gotta go here.
I didn't most of the time. There were times that I can remember where we were filming and we were doing something on location and it's like super late at night and it's super cold. We've got like the hand warmers.
Sure.
And there were times like that where I'm like,
Remember those.
I just want to go home. Like let's get this over with. But other than that, like I enjoyed doing it. It was fun for me.
Yeah, that.
Okay, so now let's take a step back and tell us how you got into acting. Like, was that a choice from one of your parents? Like did someone discover you?
Yeah, I think it was my mom's decision. I was just always kind of like as a kid, and like I started acting when I was 4, so it was like before that
really early.
I was always like we'd be in line at Disneyland, and I'd be like entertaining people in line and just kind of acting.
Yeah.
Just having fun, being a kid.
Yeah. And so my mom decided to go get headshots done and sent them to agents, and I got an agent, and it kind of took off from there.
It happens fast at that age. I remember too. Like I got a commercial, and then it just kind of snowballs. Like once you get something and you have an agent.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
So you were like a super outgoing kid because I feel like that's how I was. I was no thespian. You know what I mean? Like I was just bonkers, like a wild redheaded kid, and that was I guess the baseline requirement to start out being a child actor.
Yeah.
Because it's like much later on that we actually learn how to be an actor. And by that point I was already long gone. But
Well, I think if you're crazy and then you can take a little direction to hone it down.
Yeah,
the
totally.
two things you have to be able to do.
yeah.
Right. I mean, I was, I liked performing, but then I also had like a really, really good memory as a kid.
Yeah.
So
That
it
helps.
was, it was like I knew all my lines and everybody else's in the scenes lines, which also like, certain times, like I don't want to say got me in trouble, but let's say just adult actors didn't like it when they're like not remembering their line, and I'm like, it's like
It's true.
I remember a couple times my mom was like, "You can't do that. Just let the script supervisor handle that." And then when I stopped doing that, I'm also like, this was something I had trouble with a lot. I was just mouthing their lines silently.
Oh, because did you have like a photographic where you're seeing the pages? Mm-hmm. Wow.
And I know when my line is coming up, so I'm like saying their lines like, okay, now it's my line.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing.
I mean, that's one way to do it. It worked.
Right.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so who was you? Do you remember who your first agent was?
Kelman Arletta.
Come on, Arletta.
Yep.
Was that who you were with? Is that who you were with like most of the time when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Oh, you're loyal.
Almost the entire time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I forget, who was your agent, Jordan?
Oh man, I really don't remember because it changed a couple times.
It did?
Yeah.
I remember like I started out, it was a guy named Danny Hoff, and he found me in kindergarten. And then once I booked like my first big job, my mom left him and went to Coast, which was like, I think Coast to Coast was a pretty big one.
Oh yeah.
So she just went with a bigger agent.
He just found you in kindergarten, like you walked into class.
No, he started and it was his niece.
Just looking for little kids.
Yeah, he was just scouting out little kids. Kind of weird. Wouldn't work this day and age. But his niece was in my class, and he had started an agency, and he was scouting for kids.
Right.
And like I was an out of control little redheaded kid. I was like fucking Chucky, you know. And he's like, yeah, him. And then I was like one of his first clients. So
it was different back then, where you can more easily get an agent as a mom just reaching out to people, and like now it's hard to get people on the phone or do anything. Like it was, even when he became a teenager, it changed very quickly.
Yeah, totally. You had to hustle pretty hard back then, but there's also no rules, you know. It was the 90s.
Right.
So do you remember what your first job was?
It was a Domino's pizza commercial.
Nice. And you were 4?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's early.
What happened after that? Was that like, what was the next job? Like, when did you start booking shit?
I did several commercials.
Yeah.
Plenty. And then I think the first kind of like, I'm trying to remember which was first. So I got a TV show, The Boys Are Back.
Yeah.
And that was with Suzanne Plachette. I think was it on ABC?
Wasn't French Stewart in that? I saw.
Maybe.
Was he in that? Okay.
How many episodes did you do?
I can't even remember, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Was it one season?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it wasn't, and I don't know, it wasn't a lot.
Sure.
But that was fun. And then I got General Hospital, and that was
nice.
That was like big.
I think that's still going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, so you were probably like at that point, that was already probably like season 20.
Yeah.
General Hospital.
Yeah, probably.
That's wild. Do you ever get hit up for like General Hospital stuff? Because I feel like that's a huge cult following.
That's a good point. And no, I don't really. I mean, because, my character, stayed on the show.
Yeah.
Grew up and became, a young adult, and then turned out gay on the show.
Okay.
But, as soap operas, every young adult 20-something is, some really hot guy, and I'm sure that's who gets invited to the conventions.
Yeah.
That's a good point. But
Stuff.
Oh, that's so rad to actually be a part of that, though, because that show's kind of outlasted everything. Like, I think it's the longest running TV show of all time.
It was a lot of fun. I did it for 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
That's a long time.
Yeah. And I was in an episode here and there. I was like just one of the kids. Like,
This is before Liar Liar.
Yeah.
Like 5-6 years old.
Yeah, 6 years old, around there.
Yeah.
I think I booked Liar Liar around the same time.
Yeah.
And it was fun. I had a lot of good relationships with people on that show. Both of the actors that played my mom, my dad. I would go to her kids' birthday parties all the time.
Yeah.
It was really good relationships that I made.
That's rad.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you a lot back then. Because we were like it was like kind of a club.
Yeah.
All the kid actors that kind of worked a lot.
I saw Cortland all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
I could, dude. You and Cortland, like, I could totally see you guys always going up against each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Same hairstyles too.
Yeah, same hairstyle.
Yeah.
But yeah, like probably the same exact age also.
Yeah.
I love Cortland. I talk to him once in a while. He's a great dude. But yeah, so I feel like you did the entire TV run of the like a lot of the. You did a lot of those like classic '90s shows.
You did Full House, right?
Yeah, I was on an episode of Full House.
Yeah, and that was before Liar Liar also.
That was really early on. That was before the Boys Are Back TV show. That was
A lot of the kid actors do that, early on.
We were never good enough.
Except us.
Yeah, except us.
A lot of the other kid actors, I guess. It's like it's never too late.
Yeah, it's never too late. What was like? It's like Full House, Boy Meets World. I don't know. We never made it.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm not bitter.
And then Brothers Keeper was on TGIF in that whole block of shows.
Yeah,
That's big.
Brothers Keeper was I remember that show too. That was like your show.
Yeah.
Like you were like one of the leads.
Yeah. That was a bunch of fun.
I bet.
Way cool.
Well, that was coming out of Liar Liar.
Yeah.
So doing your first really big movie and then really being given a show like that. That's awesome.
Right. Yeah. I made
you're on fire.
way more money on that show than I did Liar Liar.
Sure.
Because I had an established name at that point.
Absolutely, and you're coming off like a massive box office hit.
Yeah.
So they
Well, how did
agents
it,
were like,
yeah.
no, how much are you gonna pay us?
How did it feel to like walk into a show where you're now, like the star of the show after doing the movie? 'Cause that's different than like just working before.
It was cool. I never like really, I don't know. I guess never thought of myself as like the star, because there's always adults on the show that are, that have bigger names. So
Sure.
I was, I always like, looked at them as the leads.
Yeah.
Obviously. But, it was definitely a different experience once I got that show. Instead of a trailer, I had an actual dressing room in a building, and it was fun. I loved the sitcom aspect, the every week kind of this, table read on Monday,
Sure.
rehearsals, film in front of the live audience on Friday. And, we had rituals like before we go on, do the live audience, me and like some of the crew members would play basketball in front of my dressing room. And that was something that we did every week. And so
Right.
I love the family aspect of sitcoms or long running TV shows, even though we only lasted one season. But
Yeah.
it would have been cool if it was more.
It's a lot of days though. Like I did a couple live audiences for guest stars, and it's just a very different energy.
Yeah.
You get to see the people watching, everyone gets excited. It's really fun.
Yeah, I like it. It's funny. I remember one thing that I always thought back then we'd film in front of the live audience. I always wanted so badly for the first take to nail it. Because then I always thought, okay, well, this second laugh from the audience, that's not very genuine. It was the first laugh that was what.
That's the real one.
Yeah.
That's the first time they're hearing it.
There's no sign.
Now they're hearing it for a second time, and they're laughing because they know that they're supposed to laugh there. So let's hit it on the first take.
Did you ever do any live audience? Like,
I did a couple guest spots on them.
I feel like maybe it's my memory that is just kind of shared with you, like the Pauly Shore show. I think I did one episode of the Pauly Shore show. He did a pilot, and I think I was in that.
I did
and
the George
minor adjustments.
Minor adjustments. I played young George Carlin in a flashback on the George Carlin show. That was live.
That's cool.
That's pretty
That-
sick.
like what's crazy, like we do stuff like that, and I had no idea who he was at like 7 years old,
Right.
for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But then I look back and like we worked with Mel Brooks and the Little
Yeah.
Rascals. Like I had a scene directly with them, and like I wish I was older to appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then like George Carlin, some of the greats that you get like a moment with, and you're just like a child, and you don't remember it all.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to meet him, but I did a promo spot once where I played young Jerry Springer.
That's awesome.
Jerry.
That's I wasn't expecting that.
The most out of pocket show ever.
I know.
That defined like talk show, reality TV, and a mix for a generation. My God.
Yeah.
What did you play young Jerry Springer on?
It was a promo spot for the Jerry Springer show.
Oh my gosh.
And so it was, they put a wig on me and dressed me up to look like Jerry now.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I'm in school, and like a school fight breaks out, and I'm, being Jerry Springer as a kid.
Man, that's so great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was
That's
funny.
pretty cool. So Brothers Keeper, that was, I don't know, you're probably like 10?
Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah, 9 around there. 9 or 10.
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like like Liar Liar, like 97, 98, you were kind of on fire. Like you were doing a lot of stuff.
That's when I realized it was big, was after
Yeah.
it came out, and I couldn't really go anywhere in public.
How is that? Because you were old enough to really remember that and be aware. Because you said 8.
Yeah.
That's a good age to be aware of that. Like, how did that feel at first?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. I mean, I think it probably annoyed my family a little bit more, because we would go to Hometown Buffet
Oh, shout out.
for dinner. Yeah, right. I don't think they even exist anymore.
I used to go there in the valley too.
Are you from the Valley?
I'm from Simi.
Oh, you're from Simi?
There we
Yeah.
go.
Oh, yeah, cool. My mom lives in Simi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we would go, and then there would be a line at my table of people wanting to get my autograph.
Oh, that's rad.
And my family is like trying to eat dinner, and they're like,
Yeah.
but I mean, I didn't mind it. I thought it was cool.
Do you ever remember there being moments where it felt overwhelming or kind of scary?
Not that I can think of, I mean, my mom did a really good job of kind of like shielding me from stuff. You know, like she would tell me later on about like prison mail that I would get that she never showed me. Yeah.
Prison mail.
Can you elaborate on prison mail?
Yeah, like letters from people in jail, like talking about how they're, like, you know, dudes in jail talking about how they're such a big fan of me and like I'm, you know, such a cute kid. Like,
whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never got any prison mail. I'm kind of jealous.
That's a next level.
That's wild. I've
I
never
don't
heard
think
that
I got
before.
that.
No, you didn't get any prison mail.
I got a lot of pictures.
You would have told
for
me if you got
autographs.
prison mail.
Yeah, I never got that. I don't think. But you had a good mom. I think like we're noticing that's really the biggest difference, not just for child actors, but anyone. You know, but if your mom's protecting you, you can have the good side of the experience of being like really famous and having a line at your table.
Yeah.
And you get to enjoy it.
Right. Yeah, she was always very, you know, she never ever left me alone with anybody like on set. Like, you know, there's a lot of you know, acting parents that you hear of back in the day. They're just like, okay, yeah, go, do whatever they tell you to do.
Encouraging you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my mom was not like that, and almost to a fault. I remember a story that just blew my mind. So Don Rickles played Mr. Wilson in Dennis the Menace Strikes Again.
Mr. Wilson.
And, you know, he's known for being a, you know, foul-mouthed comic.
Yeah.
And she went up to him and was like, I don't want you to use any language like that in front of my kid. Yeah. I was like
Mom.
Whoa.
That's awesome. I think that's something that us three have in common. Like, just because we know each other's moms so well. Like our moms are very protective. And they were very good momagers.
Yeah.
You know, they took very good care of us and like always did keep a good eye on us, kept us close and stuff and never put us in situations that were like uncomfortable or, you know.
Right.
Yeah. That's the difference.
Yeah, that is the difference because you hear the negative side of that a lot more than the positive side. For sure. You know? So it's finally good to have someone who's like, you know.
Like Jim Carrey is like my favorite like comedian forever, him and Adam Sandler. And I've when you see the outtakes and like Liar Liar has a very distinct outtake scene at the end, like that isn't used as much. But how much is he improv when you're actually working with them? And how was that like being in those scenes?
A lot. It was fun. He was, you know, it was a great experience as far as, you know, being with him, watching him work, and he was goofy all the time. And I'm sure this kind of went viral like a few months ago, and before that, like I'm shocked that nobody knew this, but that he kind of did the cameo of Fire Marshal
Bill.
Yeah, in the background of one of the more emotional scenes of the entire movie.
Yeah.
Wait, oh my God, I have to look back at that now.
So,
it's awesome.
When he's trying to chase us on the plane and he flies off the stairs and he's on the stretcher and I'm talking to him and this is one of the first time in my like acting career that like I tried to make myself cry as I'm, you know, talking to him on the stretcher.
Right.
And behind, like when the shot's on me, behind me, he's in the background.
Yeah.
As Fire Marshal Bill, like doing faces.
Doing, like,
yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, he didn't tell like many people at all on the set in the crew that he was going to do that. Yeah. Like he talked to like the wardrobe people to get that and then just did it.
The director's like, what is he doing?
Well, I just remember everybody cracking up, like crew included. That like, and at the time I had no idea what that character was. So I'm like, what is happening? But
that's
it just looked like one of those really fun sets, like really good actors in it, really cool story.
It's
probably a lot of fun.
Well, what was her name? The that actress. Oh, I had the biggest crush on her. She was the client he was defending. Basically.
Oh, Jennifer Tilly?
Yeah, Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah.
I love Jennifer Tilly.
Very, very good.
She was one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
She was so good in that movie.
I know. I'm bummed that I never got a chance to work with her.
Yeah, you
we
didn't have
weren't
any
in
scenes with her, right?
But it's so ironic because like right now I'm big into poker. That's
Same, yeah.
That's
you guys will get along. George's a degenerate gambler.
No, but she became like
I'm a huge degenerate gambler.
There we go.
I'm.
What is it with child actors becoming degenerate gamblers?
You got to feed, something.
I don't know, but like, I mean, I play poker multiple times a week.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna talk after this.
I'm going to WSOP later this month for 11 nights.
Oh, wow, there
Oh,
we
you're
go.
serious?
Oh yeah.
11 nights.
Awesome.
I'm jealous.
Well, you
You
guys
guys made me
love-
really jealous. I was reading recaps last night.
Wait, so what does poker have to do with Jennifer Tilly?
She's a poker pro.
Is she a pro?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
but
that's
she
rad.
had a transition where she like was on all the shows, but she was like one of the first celebrities that was generally be getting really good versus casually playing
Right.
on
right.
TV.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
TV.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And she's still married to one of the main poker players, right? The Unabomber.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
There's a poker player named the Unabomber?
You don't remember like the Travel Channel, like the old poker days? No. But he would put on he was one of the first to put on the hood and have like
Poker
crazy
After
antics.
Dark.
Oh, okay, and they wear like
Yeah.
glasses and
Yeah.
stuff.
He had
Yeah,
crazy
yeah.
antics.
Yeah.
Like it was
Okay.
when the poker players were characters. It was good for TV. Now they're just robots that stare at each other.
You're the only professional poker player I know.
I'm jealous. That's such an awesome experience.
Yeah, that's awesome. Dude, so we have some shit in common. I was listening to your Pod Meets World episode, and you mentioned Meadows Oaks camp.
Oh yeah.
So I totally went to Meadows Oaks camp.
No
so
way.
I don't know. Did you go to Meadows Oaks? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Meadows Oaks was this awesome summer camp.
It was the
in like
coolest.
Calabasas for
Yeah.
the shit. I think it's long gone.
Yeah.
But you mentioned something very specific you guys mentioned was the big stick, those
Yes,
popsicles.
yeah.
Because when you went to camp every day, you got to pick your snack, and I specifically remember picking those popsicles every single time. And you guys talked about what the other snack was, and it's still bothering me that I can't figure it out. I joined a Facebook page
To find out what it was?
former campers from that camp. I still haven't been accepted yet, but I have to find out what the other snack was. But do you remember they had gold panning there?
Yes.
Like
absolutely.
that place was so rad.
Yeah.
They made you work to find gold for them?
Yeah. Like, it was
Like, what kind of camp is this?
dude, it was
I've
the
heard of these
shit.
places.
now that I think about it, it's kind of weird. But yeah, the
Bring
camp
your
was the
findings
shit,
to
and I thought
us.
It was so cool. Yeah. Turn all your gold in at the end of the day.
I'm pretty sure.
Here's
they-
your popsicle.
And your popsicle. Here's your popsicle.
I'm pretty sure they just restocked it with
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
gold. But
That's so awesome.
yeah, no,
Like,
the
I thought
gold
that was a
panning
cool
was
like.
right by this like river. There was
That's pretty
dragonflies and
Yeah.
bridges, and it
was so rad.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But that
Wish you
stoked me out to
invited me
hear.
to camp.
What's that?
Wish you invited me.
Yeah, sorry, you were probably busy doing a movie in Canada or some
Was
shit.
the other snack I'm trying to think now? Was the other snack one of those little ice cream cups with the wooden?
The wooden stick?
Yeah, the little wooden
I
spoon.
think it was. I think it was, dude.
I think it
These
might
are some
have
classic
been.
snacks.
And now that you
Yeah.
mentioned those, I have to have one of those. Those were so good. Those little sundaes.
Yes.
Do you remember those with the chocolate on the side?
Oh, the
Dude,
little
the built-in
spoons,
stick?
Yeah.
I got those up until like I was like 20, I think.
Those are the shit. But
always
anyways, yeah,
have some
Meadows Oaks.
freezer.
That place was rad.
Oh, it was awesome. Do
Um,
you remember the? Do you remember the song? Yeah.
I don't. Please tell me you remember the
I
song.
do remember the song.
Sing this song. Sing this song, Justin.
We all go to Meadows Oaks, Meadows Oaks, the best camp in the West.
That's the
all,
song?
That's all I remember. There's more to
They put
it.
some
Oh
rhythm
my
in there.
god.
though.
We gotta find this song.
The only better camp song that I remember
That's so good.
is Camp Onawana. It's the only other camp song I remember.
Oh, I mean,
Camp on Wana, we hold you in our hearts, and when we think about you, it makes me wanna fart. That's one of the actors I always get mistaken for.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
was it Budnick?
yeah, Budnick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that clip actually the other day, the opening. I'm like, he didn't look like. He looked like a kid that would get made fun of, like by the bullies, not be the bully. Like times were different.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, times are a little different. Speaking of getting bullied and shit, did you ever get like? Did you go to regular school?
yes. Not until high school.
So
you
you
homeschooled?
homeschool all the way?
Not home. I went to private school.
Which one?
So in elementary school, I went to a school called Phoenix Ranch, and then middle school, I went to Chaminade.
Oh, cool.
I went there for high school.
I went to the school across the street from Chaminade, Pinecrest.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember the school that was right behind
Yeah,
you guys?
yeah, yeah.
It was Egremont.
Yeah,
right?
I do.
Next-
Yeah, I remember Egremont. Yeah,
And then we were the school right behind.
I went to that one too with you.
Yeah.
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 That's right.
And then high school was my first time going to public school,
Okay.
and that's where I experienced bullying for the first time.
Really? Not even in Chaminade? Because I feel like kids are. Yeah.
No, I
Where'd
was
It's like
you
they
go to high
don't.
school?
No, in middle school, people didn't really like. They didn't know what to make of it.
That's true.
It was just like, it was like playing a sport. I feel like, oh, that's cool. I thought it should be seem cooler, but it was just like you leave for an audition. They're like, okay, see ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in elementary school, I went to a very small elementary school. You know, our class
Phoenix
was
Ranch?
like, yeah, our class was like 12 to
Super
15
small.
kids
Yeah.
tops. And they were kids that I grew up with, you know, from kindergarten on. So then when I became famous, they already knew me.
Right.
And
different.
so, yeah, it was different.
Yeah.
And then middle school, I don't know. They're just kids. I don't know if they were just nicer or what, but it was fine.
Yeah.
And
And
then,
were you? I imagine you weren't the only child actor at Chaminade. Maybe you were at that time.
In middle
Because
school.
like I know a few guys that went to Chaminade, but
Um,
maybe at that time.
It wasn't as common in school because like I'll tell you in I went to Chaminade High School.
Yeah.
I was like the only like actor.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, I can't recall anybody that did.
Yeah.
How would they like? How was that experience? Like, was it just because you were like an actor? Like 'cause a lot of times it's out of jealousy, but it comes out very differently.
Oh, in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that was part of it. You know, I was, you know, scared shitless going to public school. You know, my whole life I had to, you know, I had a uniform that I had to wear to school.
Sure.
And now it's like I have to decide on clothes and
Yeah.
look cool.
Yeah.
And,
A lot of
you know,
different things.
who am I going to like sit with?
You gotta bleach your tips, you know?
No, and I never, you know, got into, you know, any of those like, you know, fad like
Sure.
phases. But I think it was, you know, when I got there, frankly, like, you know, a lot of the girls wanted to talk to me just because they, you know, knew who I was. And then so there were guys that were like, you know, screw this guy. What, you know, what
Yeah.
the hell? And then also people just automatically assume without ever talking to you or having any interaction with you that you're stuck up because
Yeah.
you were in a movie.
Yeah.
When,
totally.
you know, by the time I got to high school, I was very much like, I did not want to talk about it,
Sure.
you know, and I avoided, you know, bringing attention to it.
Yeah.
So it's ironic that they thought like they assumed that I thought I was better than everybody else. And meanwhile, I'm just trying to blend in.
Sure.
Did you still have longer hair then? Like when
Yeah.
did you cut it?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're very recognizable. Then.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. It's funny how that's just like high school. Like I didn't particularly love my high school experience
Yeah.
in similar ways, and I feel like that seems pretty common. Everything's very different. Everything that's different gets made fun of, and you don't understand why until later.
Right.
But it just sucks at the moment.
Yeah. You know, it wasn't too bad, you know, like there was groups that did that, but my high school, like there was no sports teams. It was
You were Santa Susana?
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
I knew that right away because I remember touring Santa Susana.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a performing arts school.
Yeah. Performing arts
Yeah.
magnet school.
Right.
And so, you know, there was, you know, a few groups of kids that, you know, were assholes.
Sure.
But there was no jocks. The school wasn't very
No.
cliquey. So
Sure.
for the most part, it was, you know, it was fine. I had plenty of friends.
Sure.
There was just, you know, certain groups that were, you know,
Yeah.
and that was my first experience of that. So
Totally. And kids are fucking assholes.
Yeah. Oh,
You
for
know?
sure.
Totally. Oh, that's rad. But also at the same time, like at Santa Susana, there's also probably like a small performing arts, like, you know, theater community there.
Yeah.
So you probably had a little bit of street cred already, stepping in, being that you were in a $300 million movie. Like,
I did, and they always wanted me to join all of those clubs.
but at that time, you just weren't interested anymore.
I like freshman year, I think I gave it a shot with one of them, and I was never even like in my acting days wasn't into theater type performing.
Unless you start out with it, it's hard to go back in like high school age. I feel like.
Right, and I tried it in my acting days, and I more power to them. Huge respect for theater actors.
Yeah.
because I think it's way harder.
It's way harder.
And
It is.
I just, to me, I didn't like, you know, first of all, if, you know, you screw up, that's like, you're not retaking the scene.
No, you just look like a dickhead.
Yeah. And you're like, the other thing that I felt weird about was you have to, you know, you're playing to the audience. And to me, it felt like a little unnatural.
Sure.
I liked it how, you know, in film, TV, you're playing to your, you know, your person who's in the scene with you.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that felt realistic. You're really pretending to be that character. And yes, you're pretending to be the character in the theater, but you're always at the audience. You know,
It's very different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree with you. And I think you and Blake have some similarities because when he went to high school, he was very not wanting to also talk about Little Rascals. It would almost go as far as tell
Yeah.
people he wasn't. But it
I
seems
hated,
like,
yeah. I was like
very similar.
At all costs. I was like, oh, I can't let this come up. You know?
Right,
I just hated it. I hated the attention. You know, 'cause
Right.
it, like we've talked about this a million times, but like it always felt like, even though it might not have been, but it always felt like negative attention. It felt like I was being bullied. You know, even though like you're kind of just being used as a prop. In a sense.
And you know, it still happens to like, I don't get like recognized anymore, but there are times like where people that I know, I'll be in a setting where there's a bunch of new people and somebody that's a friend of mine, hey, have you ever seen Liar Liar?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
It's like, here's the party drink.
Oh, dude,
right?
Justin, it happens
Right.
to me all the time.
I think it's
because you have like a real job, and,
Right.
and do your coworkers like? I mean, do they give you shit sometimes about it?
no, they're pretty cool about it. I
Yeah.
mean, some of the listeners give me shit about it all the
that's cool.
time.
Well, if you're gonna say listeners, like we got to say what you do.
Oh, I produce
cool.
a sports talk radio show on Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah, that's rad.
Yeah, and so they all know like it's out in the open. So some of the listeners definitely give me shit, especially when around 2020, like stuff in the sports world got super political.
Sure.
And me and my host have opposite political views.
Yeah.
And so most of his listeners are on his side.
Sure.
And so then I got a lot of like, oh, Mr. Hollywood, like, things, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay.
Does anybody call in and
nothing
like
to do with that.
someone calls in as the Claw?
I'm sure that goes back to your previous question. If it ever felt overwhelming, the only time when I was a kid where I was like, was when people did the Claw.
Oh, I can't fucking imagine how annoying that was.
It was
Especially if they try to grab you or do something weird. The way that Jim Carrey would like they're like, hey, let's do the
It's
Claw.
like people asking you to do the voice. You know?
Oh yeah.
Or no, it's worse when they find out. No, people get mad when they know I didn't do the voice, and then they're like, as if like you weren't even in the movie. They're like, wait, it wasn't your real voice. That's not how you sound. I'm like, why would you even think I sound like that? But people get mad.
Yeah.
And they probably get mad that you don't want to play the Claw. Like,
well,
back
I
and
mean,
forth.
there would be random people that would come up to me and try to tickle me, like,
Yeah.
like
so creepy, my God.
like,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want to get on the ground and let you tickle me. Like,
I just got out of jail. Like, you
grown-ass
never
man.
answered my fan mail. Like doing the Claw.
oh, that's crazy. Like that's such an interesting thing. Like to think about people like constantly fucking bringing up to you. Like,
Well, it's different if they do it in distance, like in jest, like, oh, the Claw, like that's a funny bit.
it was
versus
always
actually doing it.
It was always, are you afraid of the Claw?
ugh.
That-
Yes, I'm afraid of the claw.
Yeah.
You know, fuck off.
Would you ever, just curious, would you ever use that line as, with girls in college?
No,
That's a great one. Look, I have, one of my
Oh my
lines is
God.
I whipped out my lizard. Like, it's such a perfect line.
Yeah,
Claw's a pretty good one.
I'll show you the Claw.
Yeah, I'll show you the claw. Oh my god. That's
No,
amazing.
no,
Chasing her around the house.
Yeah.
I
That's how you met your wife, actually, right?
no, I would say that my older half brother
yeah.
got more action with girls by using me than I ever did by
Yes.
using
Yeah.
my
Good.
celebrity.
So instead
That's
of him
kinda awesome.
instead of having to live in your shadow, he could eventually use it later. That's fair.
Yeah.
My friends did that in college, where like I was the opening, line, and they push you aside, and they're like, "Oh, well, it's nice to meet you. Now that we're talking."
Yeah.
Right.
It's a great icebreaker, though. Like when you're, especially like in the Valley, you're the only one in that setting that they can know who was in who had a real big career and in a big movie they recognize. Like everyone's not just walking around like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You stepped away like around high school. Mm-hmm. Did you make like the conscious decision to step away? Like was it you just being tired? Like were you burned out? Like what?
Kind of. It was, because it was my first time going to public school, and I started I started going through puberty. I was in an awkward stage.
Yeah.
And I would go on auditions, but I wasn't booking things
Yeah.
as often as I used to. And then it got to the point where my mom was like, "Oh, you got an audition today," and I'd be like,
Yeah.
you gotta, like,
It felt like work.
you got to sit in the car for 45, 50 minutes to get out there. And then I got to like do this. And then I got to go home and start my homework. And I want to just go home right now and talk to girls on AIM, you know, like
ASL. You remember ASL?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so after a while of me kind of just being like, I got another audition, I was like, look, if you don't want to do it anymore, like, you know, you don't have to do it.
Yeah. Did that affect your relationship with your mom at all?
I don't know, because I think it took me, like, she said that, and it was a while after that before I was like, okay, I don't want to do it, because the way that she asked me, I felt like, oh, she doesn't want me to say that I don't want to do it anymore.
It's a tough spot.
I felt like there was some maybe disappointment
there,
but it was fine, you know, like,
yeah. Well, I gotta imagine, like, you know, it's a big part of their lives too. Like, I know my mom was disappointed when I stepped away. You know, that was like her whole identity was, you know, she loved it. Like all of her friends, like Jordan's mom was her best friend. You know, like, so when we decided to step away, like it affects them just as much. You know, as
you don't realize it at that age.
But you don't realize it at that age at all.
Right.
Yeah. So like, it sounds like you had the similar like experiences as me of wanting to step away just because you were just tired of that grind.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it gets old sitting in the back of a car all day, getting home at 9 o'clock every night.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's like the rejection like builds up on you.
Oh, for
too.
sure.
Especially, you know, when you were 8, 9, 10 years old and like you couldn't even go on anything without booking on it. Like you had a fucking crazy run.
Right. Right.
It's a real grind that I think we were talking about it before. You know, adults we get it now. We get tired of things. We get burnt out. But when people are like, wait, you stopped being an actor? Like everyone acts like, how could you stop and step away? And they act like it's so crazy, but not realizing 90% of what we're doing is not the fun filming on set. And that percentage gets less and less as you get older. Like, look, all of us had an awkward phase where you're like, not the ugly friend enough, but you're not the leading guy. And you're like kind of this weird middle it's weird that doesn't book much.
Right.
And when you feel that and you're older and you're aware of it, it's really less fun. When you're like 7 and 8, like you don't really notice. You're in the car, you're hanging out, you're playing with friends in the audition. But once you're aware of that part, it kind of settles in.
You can only play Pokemon on your Game Boy for so long. You know? It's ridiculous.
Right.
I want to ask, so family dynamic, like it sounds like you came from a pretty good family. Like your mom, you know, like your relationship with your mom was good. What about the rest of your family?
Yeah, I mean, so my relationship with my mom was great for most of the time.
Sure.
You know, in high school, it got a little strained because, you know, when I got to high school and I stopped acting, you know, I started smoking weed.
Yeah.
And she...
Fuck yeah, brother. What?
You smoked
Whoa.
Yeah. And, you know, she found my stash, and that was, you know, that put a strain on it for
But that
a
sounds
while.
standard, like what happens when you're a kid.
Right. You know, but you know, throughout my whole acting phase, she was always there, always, you know, taking me on my auditions, all the stuff, helping me running lines. I have 2 younger sisters. They're twins.
Oh, cool. Were they in the business?
One of them, you know, dabbled a bit, and she's now works for like the management company.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So she works, you know, way more in that industry than I do now.
Sure.
And then I have my dad. I've always had a great relationship with my dad, but they split when I was like 9, my mom and dad. And he has 2 kids from previous marriage, so I have older half siblings, but you know, we all get along.
Cool. I'm sure during that period, like you probably made a lot of money. Like how was your money handled? You know, because we all have our own story. Like, you know, mine was lost. Like I never saw a dime. It was all lost. Very bad investments. And Jordan fucking gambled all of his away.
No, I spent it on. At
least you got it,
I
bro.
went through a couple cars. I went through a lot of partying in college. It wasn't just gambling. That was one part of it. Come on.
That was 70,
Well,
80,
so-
90% of it.
So
No,
I
just
mean,
kidding.
a Coogan account was a thing though back then for you, was it not?
Ha! The Coogan account.
No, I mean,
When you're after you're 18 though.
okay. Well, so you're saying bad investments after you turn.
Oh no.
18.
There was a lot of ways that parents were able to access money from your Coogan account. Like,
you had to go to court and request it, right? Or
if they made themselves your manager, they were entitled to a percentage, and
Right.
then if they made themselves your financial manager. Now they're in charge of investing your money.
Oh.
So once that happens, they're investing your money on your behalf, and that most of the time gets invested very poorly.
Gotcha. Damn.
So,
yeah.
long story short, I never really saw any
A
of
lot of stock buying like Zynga and like companies like
that.
that.
AOL and
AOL.
bunch of shit that's not around anymore.
Enron.
Yeah.
No. I mean, like my mom was my manager.
Yeah.
But I never even thought of that. Not my financial manager. So all like the vast majority of my money, except for whatever she had as a manager percentage,
Sure,
just stayed in the account until I turned 18. And then when I turned 18, I pretty much didn't touch it at all until I bought like my first like nice car. That was my first like.
What was your
big
first
purchase.
nice car?
Lexus IS 350.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
No, but
Fucking good story for once.
We got a good
happen
one.
to someone's
We're happy.
A
I
good
know.
one. Great.
It's nice.
Actually, Blake's was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
What was your first?
His was kept.
No, Blake's. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Blake's,
yeah.
But I don't know anybody else. Like I just.
Well, you mentioned cars. What was?
Oh, I mean,
Jordan crashed every car.
I had a couple crashes. I was in a fraternity. I partied a lot. Crashed a couple cars. Replaced them. But at least it was my own money. I could afford to do it. At least I was.
Were they super nice cars?
My first one, it was nicer. It wasn't as fast, but it was like a red Mustang when they first changed the model.
Okay.
Red and black stripe on the side. So like in the valley, cops, always could see it. And when I crashed that, I was very sad. And then I got a truck, a Lightning, and I crashed that. But then
You got a Ford Lightning?
Yeah,
Oh my god!
I liked
How
it.
come you got a Ford Lightning?
I didn't have it
Ford
long.
Lightning.
Well, because I bought it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot I didn't have any money, but it was all gone.
It's like, yeah. Well, I think did you buy a truck in college too?
Yeah, I
the only
had
thing
a
you
truck.
bought, I
I had a
thought.
truck in high school, but like
High school, yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't a Ford Lightning.
Yeah.
Like that was the dream truck back then.
Yeah.
I think.
That's why I was sad when it was gone.
Yeah.
I remember when I was still going on auditions when I was like 8. I can't remember the name of the actor, but he had a car. It was his car. It was an orange Avalanche, the Chevy Avalanche. I think it was like the truck kind of thing. And he's 8 years old, and like the mom was like, "Oh yeah, it's his car." I'm like, he can't drive. What do you mean
It's his car.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I drive it every day for him.
I was always like, okay.
Yeah. And now you know why I don't have any money left.
Yeah.
He went through the same thing, I promise. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, that's cool. Like, that's always nice to hear that was handled properly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what? Like, go through high school. Did you go to college?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to college?
CSUN.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
right on.
same here.
Season.
Valley people, they were
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah. When did you get into radio?
Like kind of right at the end of my time at CSUN. It was my final year, and I had an internship class, and I would listen to Fox Sports Radio all the time, like on my way to college.
Yeah.
And there was a show that I loved, the Petros and Money show, and I would always hear them talk about their intern Adam, and it was like this fun thing. I was like, I want to be an intern on
I want to
there.
be intern Adam.
Yeah. And I would email them that show all the time and be like, hey, I want to be an intern, blah, blah, blah. And eventually they got back to me like, we don't have any spots, on our show, but I'm going to forward you over to somebody over at the bigger, like the national network, Fox Sports Radio. Because the show that I was listening to was just a local LA AM 570 show. Yeah. And they got back to me and they're like, yeah, we can set you up. And I had an internship with them. They wanted me to do a second semester after my first one. And I was like, oh, I just graduated. So I went and enrolled at College of the Canyons just so I could do
I went there for like a week.
a second internship.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then after the second internship, they hired me and I've been there ever since.
How long has that been?
This will be my 14th year.
And you're a producer
That's
now.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's rad. So you went from intern to producer.
Yeah.
See, dreams, it's possible.
No, but it's
awesome.
It's nice to stay at the same place for that many years and like you work with the same people. You really enjoy it. That's cool.
Yeah, for sure. And it's, not this entire time, but once I became the producer of the show that I'm the producer of now.
Yeah.
It's an overnight show that I produce.
Right.
So the show's on from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. West Coast.
So
What's the show called again?
The Ben Maller Show.
Ben Maller.
So
Show.
what's
Okay.
what's the time frame you show up and leave work?
Get there, around 10:30 or so, like before the show starts, and then I stay till 3:30 or 4, depending on how long it takes me to build the podcast and do all the post production stuff that I need to do.
So you do all of it.
I edit the audio, I build the podcast, I publish it,
cool.
write the descriptions.
So you're going to be able to point out all the shit that we're doing wrong.
There we go. Awesome.
Constructive criticism, please.
But the cool thing about that, there's drawbacks and there's pros. So we're the overnight show. So the station itself, we don't really I don't care much about it. We don't get a ton of ad spend, because we're overnights. But at the same time, we don't get a lot of oversight. So we kind of get to do whatever we want.
Sure.
And because it's overnight, I feel like more than any of the other shows, we kind of have this cult following.
Yeah.
It's our listenership is people, they're truck drivers, overnight truck drivers.
Oh, fuck
they're people that work third shift, and they're
It's a nighttime crowd.
yeah, and they're
Can't sleep.
and they're alcoholics.
Yeah.
So
Totally. It's awesome.
and we're also one of the only shows that is caller based. We take
that's fun,
We
then.
take phone calls the whole show.
Oh, that's rad.
And so a lot of the biggest stars on the show are certain callers,
Yeah.
crazy callers. But it's cool because people send us gifts in the mail all the time. We just got back from Boston for a meet and greet with the listeners. That was
that's cool.
That was completely paid for by one of the listeners.
Oh, that's cool.
He paid for the whole show and our wives to
Oh, that's awesome.
go out there. So yeah, it's fun.
It's
So that's a
interesting
real
how
fan.
do you feel like finding your way back into this form of entertainment, does it scratch that itch? Do you know what I mean?
Yes, to an extent.
Yeah.
So when I first got into it, I was really stoked about being able to be still in entertainment, but not on camera.
Sure.
Yeah.
That was a big drawing point for me. And then because now within the last few years, now we've got cameras set up all over the studio and
social
they're
media and stuff.
Yeah, they're streaming stuff. They haven't started live streaming my show, which I'm thankful for because it's I didn't, got out of wanting to be, on camera all the time.
Sure.
Especially at 2 a.m.
right. Well, yeah, because we show up,
Pajamas.
yeah,
Hang out, yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we turn off all the lights in the studio. We do the show in the dark. It's it's really chill.
Yeah.
But thankfully because with the overnight show, they only take certain clips for social media. We don't live stream it because who's going to be, the people who are listening are driving a truck. They're not live streaming our
Right,
show.
sure.
Yeah.
But as far as scratching the itch, I will admit, I'm a huge fan and consumer of entertainment still.
Yeah.
TV. I watch all the TV shows. Love movies.
Yeah.
And I won't sometimes I watch something and I'm like, man, I could do better than this person right now for sure.
Yeah.
And I watch stuff and I don't know if this is takes me out of it, but I'm kind of seeing the production side as I'm watching it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I know, I'll say to my wife, I was like, oh, that's not that actor. That's a stand-in right there. You can tell, stuff like that.
Right.
And I miss part of that, the fun of doing it.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It's when you're a kid, you're doing it for fun.
Yeah.
And it's just on to the next one. And then when I think about doing it as an adult and being oh God, I need to book something because I need to
pay the
buy
rent.
food. Yeah.
Well, and also
buy
getting
food.
auditions again and the grind. If you could walk into doing some version of that, whether it's directing something, starring in something, what would you like to do?
You mean
good question.
walk into it without having
Yeah,
to
not having an audition.
audition?
If you could direct a film, produce something, do your own podcast, be in a movie, what form of entertainment would you like to be able to do?
That's a good question. I would say probably a TV show, I think.
Yeah.
That the most fun I had was on Brothers Keeper.
Ensemble cast, hanging out together kind
Yes,
of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, where you get to build a rapport and like actually like create a character that develops with you.
Right.
Like that is pretty neat.
Right.
Yeah.
We
didn't really have that because we had,
No.
it was either movies or guest stars, and you just kind of, you're there and you're done.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think it's way cool that, these shows like Modern Family where they grew up together,
Well, literally, yeah. It's
and
crazy.
I think that's a cool experience when, you kind of form a lifelong bond, like all the actors from Friends.
Yeah.
And not to mention when you're on a show for that long, the residuals are amazing.
Yeah, totally.
Nice little bonus.
Yeah.
Take that.
when I was doing like some research, just to prepare for this, it's so funny because when you look up people online, like you never know what's true and what's not true. And like, I found this picture of you and it was like a Canadian football player. I'm like, that's not Justin. Like I knew Justin back in the day. That ain't him. And like, and it said, you're super into karate, which I don't know if that's true or not, but like we all had karate on our resumes. Like I was a black belt in karate, and in reality, I was like a tangerine belt in Hapkido.
Yeah.
But something interesting that stood out was like, oh, he's an avid collector of Elvis Presley memorabilia. And I'm like, I fucking love Elvis. I wore my Elvis shirt. And like, I would just want to see if that's because I thought that was so weird and random. Like that, I was curious if that's true because I have a bunch of Elvis shit.
I hope it's true now.
No, for sure. My mom was a big Elvis fan, and she got me into Elvis. And
That's cool.
I had a ton of Elvis stuff. I had, a sheet of the stamps.
Yeah.
I had one of the cooler things that I had was it was a life-size guitar case. But inside the case was his complete collection of movies.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
the script for Jailhouse Rock.
Oh, rad.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
All kinds of little like knickknacks like that. And when people and this was while I'm still like big in acting, and when
Sure.
people found out, people on crews would just gift me Elvis stuff, all the time.
That's so rad.
That's fun.
I'm so happy that's true because I was like, oh, this is so random. Like,
The picture stuff, they would always do these Where Are They Now for Little Rascals, and half the time they would use a version of my brother-in-law that was like years older, and I'm like, this research is terrible. Like they would always say I'm a pro poker player because there was a picture of me winning a tournament. I'm like, no one's doing this research. Like I'm sure for you, because you have like known other versions in different ways, like that happens a lot probably too, or at least on social media, like they're probably messaging that guy, you were great in Liar Liar.
Oh, for sure.
He's like, stop.
I remember it was a big thing when the Canadian football player story came out because all the listeners to my show were like, "What is this?" Like,
You've been hiding this the whole time.
well, because they've seen pictures of me and they're like, "That's not him. What's going on?" And it's like people write these stories because they need to come up with some content, and then they Google Justin Cooper, which is weird because if you Google Justin Cooper, I'm pretty sure I come up before the Canadian football player, so I don't know how.
to choose your own adventure.
You do. Yeah.
I'm just
whatever
happy
you
that
want to
Elvis
find.
memorabilia
Yeah.
thing's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming you've been to Graceland.
I haven't been to Graceland.
You haven't?
Have you been to Graceland?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I gotta go.
You
Is
have
it rad?
to. Yeah, it's awesome. It's
That's awesome.
awesome.
It's
I
true.
stayed in the Heartbreak Hotel, which
Oh,
is
wow.
which is near Graceland. There's themed Elvis rooms. You turn on the TV, it's nothing but Elvis movies. The cafe downstairs, at least back then, was open 24 hours. You could go get the peanut butter and banana sandwich. It's awesome.
It's awesome. We have, like I was telling you earlier, we're expecting our first kid. We're having a little girl. And I'm not gonna say her name because I'm not allowed to. But
That's fair.
but there is some sort of Elvis related thing. It's not Elvis, but there's an Elvis related thing in her
Okay.
name. Because I love him, so I got to go to Graceland eventually.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
that's rad. If you had kids, would you ever consider putting them in acting? Like now that you know how to navigate it, and you remember, you
That's
grew
a
up
good
in it.
question. I would lean no, and only because I think it's so much harder today than it was back in my day.
Sure.
Because there was no social media.
Yeah. People have a lot more
Oh,
access to
man.
you.
Yeah, and I just like when I log on to social media and see like the vitriol and like it's just
Instant feedback.
yeah, and I was self-conscious as a kid, but I didn't like hear a lot of that. And to your face, people are always, like for the most part, people are nice, like high school aside.
Sure.
But then you like you know, you go online and people are just brutal on Twitter or whatever, the comments, and I don't know if I would have been able to handle that back then.
Yeah, dude, we
I
just
agree.
got called fucking longheads in a review
I'll
for
be
our
honest.
podcast. That almost made me
I
cry.
was just perusing the ratings, the comments on our podcast, and I'm like,
People are mean.
I was
Yeah.
like texting Blake. I'm like, have you seen this? This
Yeah,
is.
he thought it was hilarious. I was
Yeah.
like, I was pissed.
I'm pretty sure they're talking about his head, but
Yeah, I was like about to book a trip to Turkey to get a hair transplant. I was freaking out.
Well,
But
I had a question too because I did notice you don't have a big social media presence. Is that something you did as just a healthy choice long ago, or is it related to child acting at all, and like just like not wanting to get that over and over?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, you know, as far as like Facebook, Instagram type stuff, I wanted to keep that just like private, like, you know. And then when I got the job producing the show, it was kind of like, okay, you kind of need to have an account on here for the show because, you know, people are live tweeting us as we're doing the show, and so we interact with listeners that way. And so I created that, and that was, you know, that's been fine. You know, I don't share a bunch of like personal stuff on there. I'm very careful about that. Like I don't put like pictures of my wife on there, you know, because people still are, you know, assholes on the, you know, especially on Twitter.
Sure.
And I, as an adult now, I'm able to just be like, you know, whatever.
Sure.
But I don't want to subject people in my life, like friends and family, to that. So
Yeah, I get it.
I keep most personal things private on there.
That's
Yeah,
good.
good for you.
It's a good choice.
That's tough to do because, like, you know, when you're a couple of attention whores like Jordan and I,
What do you mean?
riding the coattails of our 7-year-old selves.
Yeah.
So I brought something before. You're a big Denver Broncos fan.
Yes,
Obviously, you were
yeah.
that. So obviously we don't make any money out of this podcast yet. We are open for partnerships and sponsorships. You know, whoever's out there, you know, we're ready. But anyways, you know, I thought it'd be cool to bring you some. This is from the Blake Collins personal sports card collection.
Good old days.
What?
So
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember and like what your version of this was, but growing up, whenever I'd book a job, you'd get a reward, right? Like mine was always every time I booked. I did a lot of commercials, so every time I booked a job, I'd get like $100, right? And I would always spend it at a card store.
So you get 100, your mom got like the rest.
Well, little did I know, that's all I would be getting for all the jobs I did. But I was curious, did you guys? What was your version of that? Like, did you get any sort of reward when you booked a job when you were a kid?
Man, I don't know. I can't remember. I don't.
It's a fucking John Elway insert, by the way, Justin.
Yeah,
Come
no,
on,
that's
man.
all. I mean, I definitely.
we had a run of my dad would take us to the Airtal Plaza Hotel in Van Nuys like once or twice a month, and they would have these card shows. So we collected cards. We used to go to bid boards, if you heard of those, where you actually bid on a timer on cards. Like we did that for years. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
I certainly didn't get anything as cool as this.
Yeah. But I was curious, like, what was the thing? Were you ever treated to anything when you booked a job? Like, was it a dinner, or was it like you got to go to Sport Mart and spend, you know, get something, or was it Toys R Us? You know,
Maybe I'm usually have a great memory, but it might have been like around the time. So Beanie Babies were a thing.
Oh, yeah.
And so I probably was able to get some new Beanie Babies. I'm bummed that the value didn't hold for those.
No.
those weren't
those
good
are
investments. Unfortunately,
you had every fucking Beanie Baby.
my mom had them all.
I'm
And
sure
those
they're
were-
still in my bedroom.
Princess
closet
Diana.
at my mom's
Diana
house.
That one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, that's funny. I got the Princess Diana Beanie Baby when I was in Salt Lake City filming Touched by an Angel.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I was on
That's
that show
cool.
too. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of serendipitous.
We were both touched by an angel. I like it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. So mine was like cards. Like that was like my, that's all I have to show from me.
I also got Pokemon cards, but I can't
Yeah.
remember if
Oh, yeah.
that was like shortly after. I think that was still during the acting phase. for
God,
sure.
those are worth a lot more. Like
Yeah.
I
Those
assume
are-
that those were like the first version, probably
Yeah.
the same ones you always had. Those are worth a lot more.
Those
now.
were awesome. I remember those days playing that game too. It was
keep
fun.
my collection. I'm
Yeah.
pretty bummed about that.
Yeah, it's a common story, Justin.
It's hard to know. It's hard to know, and like the parents aren't care when they're cleaning out the attic and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. How could you have possibly known that a holographic Charizard would be worth like thousands of dollars?
I had a good like Magic the Gathering collection too that like went away. That would have been great.
There was a time where my sister had a holographic Charizard.
Yeah.
And we're at the mall, and some kids like approach her, and they're like, "Oh, I'll trade you this holographic Chansey for your Charizard."
No, not that one. Oh, that's
And
Did she take the deal?
she took the deal.
Oh.
But she asked me, she's like, "What should I do?" And I'm like, I don't. And a friend of mine also had a holographic Charizard. So what I told her, I was like, "I've never seen a Chansey before."
oh no, Justin. That's like the nurse.
I would still
like
be
that-
mad. I'd still be mad at you.
That's
30
like
years
the
later
nurse
for this.
Pokemon. Yeah.
I just
it
brought this
wasn't
up
a
with my
dragon.
sister the other day, and she sends me a picture of a diary entry she wrote back then
Oh, that's awesome.
about how upset she was.
Oh, Justin.
I know. I
Lost my Charizard.
I felt pretty
That's the
bad.
last time I trusted my brother again.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Well, I mean, now that you're not so little, and you have a little bit of distance and perspective in life and stuff, if you look back on your career, are you proud of it?
Oh, absolutely. Definitely.
Awesome.
You cared like what transitioned you from like hiding it and not wanting to talk about it to eventually deciding that you're going to embrace it and be proud of it and like talk to people about it, like, you know?
I guess just kind of becoming an adult, maybe. Yeah. And progressing in life. You know, there was, even as a young adult, I was very self-conscious, not like low self-esteem kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then, I got a good job that I'm proud of, and that I think is cool. I met my wife, and, I'm happily married. And so now it's like, who cares what other people think about it? I'm pretty set in life. So like, whatever.
Good perspective.
I'm happy to talk about it,
Yeah, I think that's the right perspective. And like, I mean, it's pretty awesome. Like, you did some stuff that's just it's gonna outlast you.
Right. Yeah. That I do think about that a lot. That's not a lot of people can say that there's something that 100 years from now after you die that people will see you and, there's times that I think about too, because there's certain, I'm a huge Tool fan. The
I
band
love Tool.
Oh,
Yeah. I've seen him a few times.
yes. I'm obsessed.
My fingers are crossed for a Sphere run.
Yes,
Vegas, dude.
yes.
Oh,
And when I say I'm a huge Tool fan, I'm like totally like downplaying it. I'm obsessed.
All right, cool. We'll talk about that more later.
But sometimes I think about it, I'm like, you know what? Like Maynard probably knows me. You know what I mean? In
Yeah.
a sense. And that blows my mind sometimes.
Yeah, that's fucking rad. He's
Yeah.
probably seen Liar Liar.
Right.
And like, has done the claw to his kids. You know?
Right.
I think it's one of those. I think we think it's like there's the effect when you go outside and you think everyone's looking at you and you're like, oh, like the clothes you're wearing. No one cares. And I think we think if we casually talk about, oh yeah, like when I was a kid, and I was in Liar Liar or I worked with Jim Carrey, you think it comes across arrogant or some weird way, but it's so different than when someone's like, oh, when I travel to this country, it's no different. And I think we have to get okay with it. Like at some point, I've gotten more comfortable talking at work and different things about the time I acted or just like different stories. And it doesn't come out like I'm really awkward saying it. Like I'm comfortable saying it. It took me a while for that too.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I still don't like kind of announce it, when nobody's asking about it. But like, I bought my house when I was like 23.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
Congrats. That's
thank you.
great.
And, that forced me to kind of talk about it because, naturally people would be like, how do you have a house in California at 23?
Well, I was in a movie that made $300 million at the box office, friend.
Well, now that you ask,
So, then I kind of had to admit it, I'm not doing anything nefarious. I was a child actor.
Yeah.
But that's only
So rad. I never thought about that.
but I don't really, I rarely ever bring it up. It's other people that bring it up. And now instead of shying away from it, I'm happy to like talk about it or answer people's questions.
Yeah.
So you don't walk in a room and now I walk in, I'm like, Froggy's entering the building.
Just so you guys know, I was Froggy in the 1994 film. He does it all
Everyone's like,
the
we
time.
don't care.
It's really
We don't
funny.
care.
But dude, we're so glad that you were like down to come talk to us about it. Like, you know,
Yeah,
we're
it was
both
fun.
fans of
Yeah,
yours.
this was awesome.
You know,
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
yeah, man,
you.
thanks a lot. And we're like, you know, we're stoked to catch up with you and hear that you're doing so well. And you know, thanks
Absolutely.
for sharing
Thank
all
you.
the cool shit with us. We
Of
really
course.
appreciate it.
Hit like, comment, and subscribe. Or we're going back to auditioning for dad number 3.